Postmaster. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the press. I hope you had a pleasant journey here to Frankfurt. I'm FIFA spokesperson Ralph Beeswax. We've called this press conference today to address the ongoing issues from the incident in the World Cup qualifying match between Ireland and France on Wednesday, the 18th of November. I have a statement to read and then I'll take your questions. As you are aware, the French and Irish government have both approached us to demand action and equity. To their credit, the French have been almost as vehement as the Irish in demanding we amend the results of the game or arrange a rematch. The world press has also lined up against our position, and many column inches have been dedicated to telling us what we should do. We have previously stated that under our current rules, the decision of the referee on the field is final. That obviously permits some inequities to be upheld and some transgressions to go unpunished. We have taken the view that, rather like the law, it is better that some go free rather than the innocent be punished. Under our rules, therefore, it follows that we must permit France to continue into the World Cup contest. Any other action would be discriminatory and would unfairly penalise France, where others have benefited from similar officiating mistakes without penalty, either kind of penalty. We note the hand of God Maradona incident which eliminated England from the World Cup. However, we are not immune to the demands of change and justice. After much study and debate with the referees' unions and players' unions, and with all national federations, we have arrived at a new set of rules that allow referees to benefit from other views than their own if an incident is obstructed. We have decided to adopt rules for all future FIFA-sanctioned games, similar to the International Rugby Union replay rule. Referees may refer to a video replay official at their own discretion. It is entirely the responsibility of the referee to make a decision to refer to the video replay facilities. The signal on the field will be firstly that the referee has made a call but will refer to the video replay. They will use the square box outline signal. If the video replay official can clearly identify the correct call for the incident, he will communicate by radio to the referee, and the referee will make the call on the field. If the video evidence is not clear, the call of the referee on the field will be final. Once that call is made, there is no further appeal available to teams or federations. Now, because we acknowledge that the Irish team would clearly have been likely to qualify if the correct call had been made on Wednesday, we have gained agreement from both the French and Irish federations that the Irish team will be invited to the World Cup in South Africa and will join the French in their round-robin competition group. That means that 3 days will be added to the start of the competition for that group starting on June 8th. We have received confirmation from all other federations that this is acceptable to them if they are drawn in the French group. Lastly, we would like to state that the blatant cheating that's unfortunately crept into all levels of the sport is something that we wish to act on now to stamp out the diving, simulation, elbowing and obstruction that has negatively impacted the beautiful game. By adding these new rules, we will act decisively to remove all expectation by players that their illegal action will be unnoticed. Blatant attempts at cheating will be punished with suspensions. I am now available to answer your questions. Please raise your hand if you would like to ask a question. Was that clear? Sunil?
What took you guys so long? You're being so stupid that it's taken 2 weeks of media attention for you to finally get it?
Thank you very much for your question. One of the things about being FIFA is that we represent not just a few people, not just a few people making decisions in a small room. We represent the interests of 1 billion people. We in fact have it in our bylaws that the rules cannot be amended without a 3/4 mandate from an annual general meeting. So we had to hold an extraordinary meeting in order to make this change. I think the point is that the rules of this game have been very, very successful in propagating what is the most successful game in the world. And we are therefore a little cautious about making any amendment which might have unforeseen circumstances that would arise out of that decision. But thank you for your question. Mr. Deneau.
Yes, Sammy Swine from the National Enquirer. We'd like you to comment on rumors about Madonna hanging around the Italian team's locker room after games, please.
Thank you, Mr. Swine. FIFA has really very little to say about players' private life, and apart from the material in the material goal, we have very little to say about Madonna either. The only Madonna, well, we know a lot about Maradona, and of course Maradona has just recently, in a kind of epic fit of irony, has finally received a suspension. This is nothing to do with the unfair way in which he ejected the English team from the World Cup, but more to do with his behaviour after an Argentinian match recently. But thank you very much for the question. So,
are you satisfied with the preparations that are going on in South Africa for the 2010 World Cup? Would you like to comment on that?
Thank you very much for that question. We believe that the preparations in South Africa are absolutely on time. There is tremendous enthusiasm in South Africa for this match. They have previously very, very successfully hosted the World Cup, and I would commend you to the upcoming Invictus movie, which will show you the kind of enthusiasm that this country can engender. It is a sports-crazy country. So I think we're very, very excited about having the event there. And it's a great decision. So.
My name is Jonathan. I am an ex-South African. I actually stay in Hamilton. And further to your comments about the South Africans being very excited about this, you still didn't give us a clear answer as to whether the country is going to be ready. I understand that there's a lot of strife within the country, that the games may not be able to get started. There's still a lot of problems, and the stadiums have not been built as yet. Could you please answer that?
Thank you very much. As a South African, I think you will recognize one very, very important fact, that it is a very dangerous thing to stand between a South African and a deadline, or a try-line. We are absolutely certain that these facilities will be finished on time, on budget, and there is no doubt in our mind that that will happen.
Thank you.
Sir.
Tony Ryder, London's Daily Rag. There's been some awful rumours going around about payola going on here. Would you like to comment about your new penthouse in New York?
Thank you very much for asking that, but as unfortunately we have just run out of time.